Welcome. Welcome to the May 7th, 2026. By the time you see this, it is too late edition. Before I dive into what that is about, let me just say I have a question. What does it take to block someone on Facebook? Randy is the piece of shit who had me banned from Facebook just before the war started because him and his GI buddies knew exactly what was going to happen, and I knew absolutely nothing about what was going to happen. But for the record, what ended up happening was exactly what I said would happen. But anyhow, I blocked Randy. I blocked a couple of other people that are associated with Randy, and somehow or another, his birthday just passed, and he's thanking people for whatever. Why am I seeing this? The whole point of blocking him was so I never had to see anything affiliated with this guy again. So, no idea. Thank you, very little, Facebook. JD Vance came to Iowa, and he was there supposedly to campaign for Zach Nunn, who's running for Congress, but really he was there to audition for 2028. And I'm not exactly sure what this person is dressed up as to protest, but I love it. I love to see Iowans being creative. And yeah, a whole lot of Republicans are going to spend a lot of time in Iowa coming very soon. I was surprised to learn that the US did not have all these vape flavors. Now, I have to be very clear about this. Vaping is not my thing. I've tried it several times. I don't like it. And I also have to say, people who are really into vaping, they push their drug more than I've had more peer pressure to vape than I've had for anything. I don't remember even getting any peer pressure to smoke. I don't remember that. And if I had it in high school, I don't know. I don't remember it. I've definitely had people try to push pot on me. Not aggressively. Pot smokers don't get aggressive about anything. That's kind of what pot does for you. But vapors are like, oh, but if you only tried this flavor, and when one friend found out how much I love watermelon, oh, you got to try this watermelon one, and oh, this banana mixed with mango is just awesome. You got to try that one. And I have tried several of them. I don't like vaping. I'd rather eat a watermelon or drink watermelon juice. I'd rather eat a banana. I don't want to smoke it. So, anyhow, this is what you have coming to you. I had no idea that this wasn't already in the US, but oh well. Um, I just want to give a shout out to rich people who are good citizens. The Samsung family is proudly paying $8 billion in inheritance tax, and they say that it is a natural duty of citizens. Wow, what a concept. Meanwhile, in the United States, we've pretty much totally eliminated the inheritance tax. And yeah, I actually think that's a very bad thing. Now, before I get into what this day's blog is really supposed to be about, I just want to say that although I identify as a perma bear, I'm not really a perma bear. Perma bears are people who always are predicting the stock market's going to go down. I'm not one of those people. A year ago, my friend Lucas asked for advice. He wanted to buy some stocks, and so he asked what I recommended. And in May 2025, I recommended buying Google. And he did follow my advice, by the way. Google is up 158% since May of last year. So that was a really good advice. I also recommended Microsoft, which is up but not up as much. But anyhow, the point is, I'm not really a perma bear, but I'm willing to say that there are some clouds in the sky when everyone else sees a sunny day. How about that? And now to, I don't know if it's too early, too soon to make this joke, but you know, if you're seeing Bill Cosby and he's looking fuzzy, it's too late. You've already swallowed his drugs and bad things are about to happen. I I I hope that's not offensive to anybody who's watching this. We are headed over a cliff when it comes to the economy. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just a fact. You know, I was reminded that 2008. which we all know in 2008, we were already. The National Bureau of Economic Research, the agency that actually calls whether or not we've had a recession, NBER did not declare a recession until December of 2008. By that time, Lehman Brothers, Bear Stearns, the whole financial market had already thrown up at that point. We all knew the auto bailout had already happened, and we knew a big fiscal stimulus was going to come with Obama coming into office. We knew we were pretty well screwed long before it was officially told to us that we were pretty well screwed. Well, that's where we are now. It is just a fact that every indicator except the stock market tells us we're screwed. Oh, personal consumption is up. Well, personal consumption is up because prices are up and people are putting more on their credit cards. That's not a good thing. Um, just all the things that the White House and Scott Bessent all the things that they're touting as, see, this is signs of a resilient economy. Yeah, no. I can the biggest red flag of the past couple of weeks is the consumer sentiment. The University of Michigan has been measuring this for decades, from long before I was born. Consumer sentiment in the United States right now is lower than it has ever been. Not during the heights of the 1980 gas and oil crisis that I remember when we were rationing gasoline in the United States. I remember when in some states you could only fill your car up on even days if you had an even license plate number. I mean, just we did some weird things back then because of an oil crisis in 1980. Not a, it's worse now than it was after 9/11. It's worse now than it was during COVID. Consumers make up two-thirds of the American economy. When two-thirds of the people think that we're in a recession, we're in a recession. And I I know that I don't know. I don't want to be the boy who cried wolf and is constantly saying the sky is falling. I'm mixing my metaphors there. Anyhow, um, I think that people feel it in their bones. That's why consumer sentiment is as low as it is. People know in their heart they don't need some National Bureau of Economic Research to declare that things are bad. You know it. And boy, that's really depressing. For the record, I actually have several humorous things that I'm already creating my Sunday funnies. So if you just hang on for a couple days, there will be a fun episode. And you're like, okay, have a good day. Hopefully, have good news tomorrow. Hopefully. Oh, if you think the oil going down yesterday is good news, talk about people living in some delusional land. The price of oil going down yesterday, for reasons that I still don't know. Because, oh, Trump said things are better, while also literally just hours ago firing on a ship going through the Strait of Hormuz. So what? Anyhow, hope we get some clarity and hopefully we get some good news, like genuine good news. I really would like to have a good day. I would. Just, it's not today. Hopefully tomorrow. Bye.